What if I told you the most controversial Mustang ever made isn't a coupe, but a high-performance SUV that might completely redefine what the badge stands for? This is the 2026-27 Ford Mustang Titan X, and it's not just another experiment, it's a statement. Welcome back to Premium Automotive Reviews, where we don't just show you cars, we decode them. And trust me, this one has layers you won't fully understand at first glance, because behind this aggressive SUV shape lies something that could quietly reshape the future of performance vehicles. At first look, the Titan X feels familiar, but also unsettling in the best way. The DNA of the Mustang is clearly alive, especially in the lighting signature. Those triple vertical LED elements at the rear instantly remind you of the coupe heritage, but here they stretch wider, sharper, more dominant. The front fascia is low, almost predatory, with a deep grille that doesn't scream for attention. It commands it. And then there's the stance. Wider, lower than a traditional SUV, with muscular haunches that look like they're ready to launch even when parked. Look closely at the body lines and you start to notice something interesting. This isn't just designed for style. It's designed for airflow. The sculpted hood with functional vents, the sharp side creases, the aggressive rear diffuser. It all feels engineered for speed, not just presence. Even the wheels, large and tightly wrapped in performance rubber, hint that this SUV isn't here to cruise. It's here to move. But step inside, and the transformation is even more dramatic. The cabin doesn't feel like a typical SUV interior. It feels like a cockpit that's been stretched into a luxury lounge. Everything wraps around the driver, from the digital cluster to the wide, seamlessly integrated infotainment display. And the ambient lighting, subtle but intentional, creates this immersive atmosphere that shifts depending on your drive mode. It's not just lighting, it's mood. The bite of EDA materials are where things really elevate. Soft-touch surfaces, contrast stitching, metallic accents, and a layout that avoids clutter without feeling minimal. It's premium, but not cold. Performance-focused, but still comfortable enough for long drives. And that balance is hard to get right. Then there's the intelligence built into this space. The Titan X doesn't just respond to inputs, it anticipates them. Voice commands feel more natural, the system learns your habits, and the entire interface adapts over time. You're not just driving the car, you're interacting with it. Over-the-air updates ensure it keeps evolving, meaning what you see today might not even be its final form. And here's where things start to get really interesting. Because under all this design and tech, there's a question. What kind of Mustang is this, really? Early insights suggest multiple powertrain directions. A high-output turbocharged engine for purists, possibly paired with hybrid assistance to deliver instant torque. And then there's the possibility of a fully electric variant. One that doesn't just focus on efficiency, but on raw, immediate performance. Imagine the kind of acceleration you'd expect from a performance coupe, now sitting higher, with more grip, more control, and more usability. The drivetrain is expected to be intelligent, constantly adjusting power between the wheels to maximize traction. And the suspension? This is where the Titan X separates itself from traditional SUVs. Adaptive, responsive, capable of tightening up for aggressive driving or softening for comfort without you even noticing the transition. So yes, it's an SUV, but it doesn't behave like one. And that raises another question. Who is this actually for? Because this isn't aimed at someone looking for just practicality. And it's not trying to replace the classic Mustang coupe either. This is for someone who wants both worlds. Someone who refuses to choose between performance and everyday usability. Someone who wants to feel something when they drive, but also needs space, comfort, and versatility. And speaking of versatility, the Titan X doesn't forget its SUV roots. There's usable rear space, a generous cargo area, and a layout that works just as well for daily commutes as it does for long road trips. It's not sacrificing practicality for performance. It's blending them in a way that feels intentional. Safety and driver assistance systems also take a leap forward here. Advanced sensors, semi-autonomous capabilities, predictive braking, lane positioning that feels almost human, all working quietly in the background. You don't feel overwhelmed by the tech. You just feel more in control. And maybe that's the biggest shift this vehicle represents. Traditional SUVs have always leaned toward comfort first, performance second. But the Mustang Titan X flips that equation. It leads with emotion, with energy, with identity, and then layers practicality on top. So when you look at it again, it starts to make more sense. This isn't Ford abandoning the Mustang legacy. It's expanding it, taking everything that made the Mustang iconic, bold design, driver connection, unmistakable presence, and translating it into a completely new form. And whether you love it or question it, you can't ignore it. Because the 2026-27 Ford Mustang Titan X doesn't feel like just another SUV. It feels like a preview of where performance vehicles are heading next. A future where categories blur, expectations shift, and the definition of a driver's car evolves. If you've made it this far, you already see it. This isn't about replacing the past. It's about redefining the future. And now I want to hear from you. Does the Mustang belong in an SUV like this, or is this exactly the evolution it needed? Drop your thoughts below, and if you're sometimes sales, reach out beginning of BM Automotive reviews, because this is just the beginning.